It's working.
Close
Okay,
it.
okay, now people are-
Close it, not too close, fast.
Oh, no, see the shop side.
Felt like he can get a look.
Good morning, we're learning the
Good
Ramban.
morning. Morning.
We're learning Ramban in Perek Lamed, Pasuk Bet.
Good morning.
Explaining the Pesukim.
Morning, Larry. Morning, Larry.
Everyone wondered.
Larry, good morning.
We're learning.
Morning.
V'shavti ad Hashem
Yeah. רמב"ן, דברים למד, פסוק ב' ושבת עד השם אלוקיך ושמעת בקולו כל אשר אנוכי מצווך היום אתה ובניך. Says Ramban, again, the Torah, if you read carefully this psukim, it's much worse than last week's 98 klalot, because the klalot, no one listens. Here it's very clear, black and white. It's a history, past, present, hopefully not future. He says, שתשוב אל השם אלוקיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ותקבל עליך ועל בניך לדורותם, you accept upon yourself to teach your kids לעשות בכל אשר אנוכי מצווך היום. רמב"ן says, כאשר עשו בגאולה השמית. Normally, even if we learn Tanakh, normally we don't learn Sefer Nehemiah. Look what the Ramban says. When the 50,000 people came back to Yerushalayim, Nehemiah and Ezra, the leaders, it says in Sefer Nehemiah, ובאים בעלה ובשבועה ללכת בתורת האלוקים אשר ניתנה ביד משה. Nehemiah and Ezra, the leaders, made sure that all the people who are congregating in Yerushalayim are accepting upon themselves by Shvuah to start again keeping the Torah. Many of them were married to non-Jewish women. I mean, there were many problems.
They cleaned it up.
They cleaned it up. They told them you have to divorce your wives, etc. But וללכת בתורת האלוקים אשר ניתנה ביד משה ובידי האלוקים ולשמור ולעשות את כל מצוות השם אדוננו ומשפטיו וחוקיו. Okay.
If they had goyot for wives, could you say they were like Zionists, not religious? Like, you know, how did these people end up coming back with these wives? It's just funny.
You realize the impact of the time.
You see it. People come in with a goya.
I'm saying
Jewish.
nowadays.
She's my wife.
Yeah, if you have the Takana, you'd have that here.
I'm not just saying.
Most so many people
decided to
came.
make teshuvah. They decided to return, but they came with their goy. You know, that's what's amazing.
No, they felt we're Jewish.
Yeah.
But,
We're Jewish in our way.
Ezra says when he goes to his children in Seattle, 20% of the kids are kids of converts in the school.
Yeah.
In the schools.
Big number.
Oh, and the rabbis in those places.
Really?
Very often you
no choice,
you have no choice, but at least if there is some type of serious conversion.
I remember when I used to travel to London, the rabbi there always had this challenge with people. Converts coming here to go to Israel every time to try to get some God's direction how to handle the Keilah, because he had many people coming with married to converts.
Converts, and they said the question, of course.
Yeah, what was the degree?
This
And
is
then the
why.
schools, the parents, it's not the same.
We see them around. We see him a bit in Flatbush sometimes. We see this,
Not as much.
not very little. We see it.
Places like Ramaz see it. Well, I mean, obviously.
Yes.
Now look a second at Pasuk Vav, the Ramban. This is the Pasuk says, "Umal Hashem Elokecha et levavcha." Hashem is going so to say to circumcise our hearts. What does it mean? Says the Ramban. זהו שאמרו, הבא לטהר מסיים אותו. You see it in Israel now by the thousands. You saw it after 67, you saw it after 73. Thousands of Israelis came back. הבא לטהר, whoever is looking for the truth, Hashem says, I will assist you. מבטיחך שתשוב אליו בכל לבבך, והוא, he is going to assist you. ונראה, I mean, look at this community. Remember this community 30 years ago? Look, wherever you come, people learning non-stop. Kids come. Someone made this. This is a new wave of Chaim Yosef started, and everyone.
You come any weekday night to see 200, 300 kids
The kids is
from
amazing.
ages 7 to 16.
This is
That is
learning
amazing.
This
and,
is
and having a good time.
this
They're
is-
loving it.
but this is how you measure success. This is what push Mother David to higher Rabbi Eli, because everyone realizes, right? Flatbush is pushing. You see it, the success. I mean, kids are flocking. They're looking for a met. Yes. The challenges are amazing. I mean, it's. ונראה מן הכתובים, listen what he says now. עניין זה שאומר, listen good, this is רמב"ן. People publish books, major רמב"ן, this is one. כי מזמן הבריאה, from the beginning of creation, הייתה רשות ביד האדם לעשות כרצונו, right? This is basics. We have free choice, free will. להיות צדיק או רשע. וכל זמן התורה, כן. Why did Hashem do it? Free choice. כדי שיהיה להם זכות בבחירתם בטוב, ועונש ברצותם ברע. There's no way we could be rewarded or punished unless there is a free choice. Yes? Says the Ramban, listen to this now. אבל ימות המשיח תהיה הבחירה בטוב להם טבע. ימות המשיח, our inner inclination will be to do good, becomes part of our nature.
Instinctively.
לא יתאווה להם הלב למה שאינו ראוי. You would not have the regular desires who are taking us off, למה שאינו ראוי. ולא יחפוץ בו כלל, והיא המילה הנזכרת כאן. See, the point here is like this. I told you once, this is מעשה שהיה באמת. The first is driver out of ירושלים, he's a little tired, the weather is not so good, and he's driving fast, you know. And unfortunately, he uses control, his car goes off the cliff. This is 100% death. Everyone stops and the man is climbing down. So the fellow says to him, the police is going to be in soon. Everyone call the police. Don't tell them that you drove, you know,
Recklessly.
recklessly. They said,
Like
the
that.
policeman, who is the driver? What happened? The guy says to him, I was tired, driving too fast. You know, you're crazy. Insurance wouldn't pay you a penny. Says, God saved me from death a second ago. I should ride right away for money. This is what the Ramban is saying. That the Yemot HaMashiach, things will be so clear that no one will ever have the desire to do better. We have a desire because we have future, a free choice. But if you see things very clear, this is what happens to many Israelis or Holocaust survivors. Both ways.
You think that's what he means when he says, "Batov lahem teva lo yitavel lahem
Your
alev"?
nature,
In other
your
words,
nature.
I thought he was saying here, any part of a person will change, not that things will be so clear, but there won't be a Yetzirah. How would you-
Israel. I said is the interpretation of the Ramban, the way others are learning. But you look what the Ramban says, Vehi hamilah, this is the Brit Milah and his care. The Ramban wonders, what does it mean? Hashem is going to circumcise our heart. The Ramban, the way it sounds, is not the way I say, the way you say. The problem is, Eli, so what are we living for? So it's a beautiful world, no one wants to do
In those days, in that,
in that day. So what?
Yeah.
So
what's
what
the point?
what-
There's no Sahara ownership.
There's a
for what?
orange. If you say that the idea is still there,
But
but you are convinced beyond a doubt, this is the wrong path.
Why don't we have the world created with Yemot HaMashiach? Why do we have all these wars and
Just
bad
the
feelings?
Sahara.
And
he
No,
just
but
said
no,
the
but-
Sahara.
no, but Joseph, it's a good question, but this is exactly what the Ramban is addressing. The Ramban is saying, no one is giving you a reward unless you have a choice to do bad, and we're not. But this is
He said, ideally, go to Mashiach is the
not
best
that
thing.
yes,
So
Hashem was
let's
not creating
create
the world.
Mashiach.
So there's no point of creating those. So what's the purpose of creating the world? What's the purpose of rewarding or punishing? This is exactly what he is trying to say.
Does this argue with Rambam a little bit? Where
Let's-
Rambam is saying
let-
it's more like
let-
things will
let-
be normal?
Let's continue. כי החמדה, the desires, והתאווה and the lust is עולה על הלב, the same way by a ברית מילה, there is a part that is being removed. The bad inclination, says the Ramban, is bad. Why? Because when Adam HaRishon was created, Joseph didn't have. Adam HaRishon knew that there is bad out there. But this was not, when I see something that I have a desire to, I feel, I want this food, I want this woman, I want this business, yes? Adam HaRishon never had it.
But he still was able to sin.
And nevertheless, no, but this is,
Sin was brought
the
up.
minute you see that you say the world is going to be like Adam HaRishon before the
Yeah, he says that, but then
He's going to say that.
Then it
no,
was-
but
at that
he
point
was
they
still
weren't-
able to sin.
So he had some choice to do.
I'm answering now
Every-
the question we had in the
Yeah, so still
I
there's a
don't-
Sachar B'Onish. You're gonna say even.
Theoretically, if you remember 2 weeks ago, we raised a very big question. It says in the 2 parashiot ago that when Mashiach comes, we're going to have 3 more refuge cities. And the
Yeah,
6th,
why?
who is going to kill?
Mhm.
Death is part of the universe. The desire to do, the anger, it pushes people to do it. Can you imagine there is a recording, Joseph, on October 7th, of a kid saying to his father in Arab, I just killed the first
Yeah,
Jew.
they killed him.
They killed that
last week.
And the
They
father,
last week.
says, to do more, to look for more. The father is
Surprise.
educating his son, killed his first
They
Jew.
killed
Get some more.
Imagine,
got him last week.
like you know, Shem Yishmael, I mean,
Actually, when I listen to the Arabic, it says really that he was worried about how his son lost it, because I don't think he was totally agreeing with him.
oh, he's saying, the confessor,
The kid was
the
sick.
record, Umor Alev,
Okay, doesn't tell him to go kill more.
says, Umor Alev, שלא יחמול ולא יתהווה. וישוב האדם בזמן ההוא, you see, there will be a time, לאשר היה קודם חטאו של אדם הראשון, זה open. We are going to be at the same level as אדם הראשון before we sin, which means we know that there is good and bad. But the inner desire is not I want, it's knowledge in my head. You hear, it's a very, many commentators, שהיה עושה בטבעו מה שראוי לעשות, ולא היה לא ברצונו דבר בהפכו. So the Ramban learns this week's parasha. We see that the Ramban soon, the Ramban says that the real Geulah will never come until we would do tshuva. And again, it's always said that we're not talking about the left. The left is oh yes or no, they're out. Yeah? But talking about our people who are hovering, always jumping into weddings. וזהו מה שאמר הכתוב, listen how the Ramban learns בירמיהו, הנה ימים באים, this is the prophecy of the future, הנה ימים באים נאום השם, וקראתי את בית ישראל ואת בית יהודה, ברית חדשה. Hashem is going to have, the Christians,
Born again. Born again.
the new covenant.
New covenant.
This is the
Second coming,
Based-
second
No,
coming.
not coming.
based-
Covenant. It's
covenant,
It's a
covenant.
new treaty.
It's
A new
based,
treaty.
it's based,
Isn't that what they consider their second coming?
it's
Coming
based,
is a Yeshu, it's another story.
It's-
That's a different item.
it's based on this pasuk in ירמיהו. הנה ימים באים נאום השם וקראתי את בית ישראל ואת בית יהודה ברית חדשה. לא כברית, אשר what?
So the New Testament then.
לא
The New
כברית.
Testament?
So the Ramban of course is explaining it. The covenant is a different covenant, not in the Torah. The Torah can never change. The Torah was given כי זאת הברית אשר אכרות את בית ישראל אחרי הימים ההם Natati, this is a quote from the Pasuk. Natati et Torati b'tirban, the Torah is going to be part of them. Ve'al libam echteven. You know, when I talk to kids, you know, I tell you sometimes, you know, I have pictures of great rabbis in the world. And they say, of Kook, of Vadia, whatever. So listen, you think those you have Olam Hazeh. So you really enjoy that. Okay, the rabbis gave up on it. They have the Olam Hazeh. The first day the kids have vacation, what do they do in the morning? They call the friends, what are you doing? You waited month and month for vacation.
And now you don't
Were you
know
never
where to go.
planned?
Nothing planned.
I
What do you
spoke-
do today?
I spoke
What are you
yesterday-
doing today?
I spoke yesterday to a
Sleeping
fellow.
late, that's what they're doing.
I spoke yesterday afternoon. I spoke to a fellow retired a few years ago. Says to me, Rabbi, you wake up in the morning
Had
and I ask
nothing to
myself,
do.
what should I do? You worked 60 years. 60 years for retirement. You have money for you, your kids, you bought home for your kids. But it was good. You hear this? So you work 60 years to ask yourself what to do? The answer is the rabbi every morning. I mean, people don't realize the excitement you have. Every
That's why they work their
Every day
way,
is
they
new.
don't know
no, but
anything else.
fulfillment. Okay, listen. This is part of the challenges of life. But I saw yesterday a kid about 3 years ago. I mean, really, I told my wife, you made my day. It says, graduate Flatbush, went to Israel for a year. He's going to college now. In the morning, he's going to Rabbi Arabi's class. You know, Flatbush is at the yeshiva in the morning for first 2 hours. Then I go to college. He says, look at me. I mean, he was here at 6:15.
He's living the life, the right life.
I'm happy every morning. He doesn't have the DW with a sunroof and the leather seats. He enjoys it. There's a purpose, there's a direction. But this is really what the Ramban is saying. I don't know if you read between the lines.
So the new covenant, Rabbi, could be the same covenant, just reaffirming it?
Yes,
no
yes,
changing the
But
language.
you realize the difference is that the first covenant, the choice was left completely by you.
Yeah.
And if you want, your inner desire will tell you, this woman, this book, this, that, this says in the new one here. Look at the pasuk. כי זאת הברית אשר אכרות את בית ישראל אחרי הימים ההם. נתתי את תורתי בקרבם. The Torah is going to be part of you. ועל ליבם אכתבנה. וזהו ביטול יצר הרע ועשות הלב בטבעו מעשה עולמי. I read yesterday afternoon. I mean, I have many books and double shelves too. Rabbi Nebenzahl, in his Sichot Yom Kippur, in the back, he has stories of Zaman Orbach. The last day of his life, basically. At the last day, the last 2 days, he's going in the morning to shul and he tells the guy, walks with him. I feel that it's difficult for me to walk. I feel cold. So the guy says, Rabbi, let's go back home. I said, when do I go back home? I have to play the minyan. They get to shul and he says to him, I feel shul, unfortunately, not the guy says, the morning and they couldn't. Anyway, in shul, his son runs, he says, Abba, we have to go. He says, the guy was 83. He knows exactly. He said, that's why the other guys were okay. The minute they came home, because they called an ambulance. 2 days later,
That's why.
no, I'm saying, no, but I'm reading the conversation. The guy that took him said, I begged him and his son, he said, what do you do? To play? No, but by him, this was already his house, you understand? By me, it'd be a choice, and very often, no, it's not a choice, I don't feel bad, I stay home. וזהו, you see, וזהו, ביטול יצר הרע, לעשות הלב בטבעו, מעשהו הרע. This, our natural desires are going to be good. ולכן אמר עוד, והייתי, now Ramban goes back to חומש, והייתי להם באלוהים, והמה יהיו לי לעם, now, ולא ילמדו עוד איש את רעהו ואיש את אחיו לאמור דעו את השם. You don't have to teach each other religion or mitzvot, כי כולם ידעו אותי. Everyone is going to know me, ומקטנם ועד עולם. כי יצר לב האדם רע מנעוריו, וצריך ללמד אותם, אלא שיתבטל יצרם בזמן ההוא לגמרי. וכן נאמר ביחזקאל, remember, Ramban spoke about ירמיהו, now you're going to יחזקאל. ונתתי לכם לב חדש. See, the Christians use, Christians are using all of that. I'll give you lev chadash. The Ramban, of course, explains it, that your inner desires are going to be different. ורוח חדשה, a new spirit, וכן בקרבכם, ועשיתי את אשר בחוקיי תלכו. I'm going to make that. Naturally, you're going to find והלב החדש, says the Ramban, what is your heart? ירמוז לטבעו. Nature, והרוח is the spirit, וחפץ ולרצון. וזהו שאמרו רבותינו דרמב"ן קבוץ הגמרא במסכת שבת, והגיעו שנים אשר תאמר אין לי בהם חפץ. This is a pasuk in Kohelet. Years will come and you say, what am I doing? אלו ימות המשיח. כי בימות המשיח לא יהיה באדם חפץ, he wouldn't have bad desires. Like that, זה אותו דבר. desires, שאין בהם, כי לא יהיה באדם חפץ, אבל יעשה בטבעו המעשה הראוי. You can see even today, even young people raised properly.
They have different habits, right?
Depends exactly. They have an iPhone or not. What is your role model?
What has to grow up in also? If you grow up in a house that has
You can grow up in the best
Let
house,
me
the
go-
iPhone
no, no,
is a
Right, depends a lot. If you have an iPhone or not, which type of friends do you have?
That's why the mothers always worry what classes the kid gonna be in, who's gonna be their friends. They start early. They want to
You know,
right at
this is what happens actually in the elderly. When the person gets older, and I saw with my father, that their wants, they don't go about, he tells me, I don't need money anymore. I don't, doesn't care about an iPhone, he doesn't care about, they don't care about any of these things.
Rabbi, there's no mention of the klipot, the barriers that nothing can go through. This is, or the klipot are removed, or they just don't have the temptation that it doesn't
I
matter.
mean, the way I told you, like, there are two ways to learn the Ramban. To learn the Ramban, the way you lay into it is, nature is going to change.
Your
Nature
nature,
means
inner
nature of
nature.
human being.
Inner nature.
So human being. Or you can learn the way
So
I
the
said.
inside is
it.
gonna weaken?
And then he said, if someone will take us to a tour in Vietnam and Gan Eden for a month, you spend a month, that's just as an observer. You come back, you wouldn't be able to speak Lashon Hara. Physically, you can speak Lashon Hara, but
You can't,
you
can't, it's clear.
You
It's so
realize,
clear to you.
right, but maybe 2 years later, because it's a challenge.
Because you can't put your hand on, you
Someone
can't put your
had-
hand in a fire.
People are punished right away, that also
Well, yeah,
happens.
just-
If somebody did something wrong and boom, you
Yeah,
saw the
and that's the
punishment,
whole point.
nobody would ever do anything wrong. It's another way of
Yeah,
getting
yeah,
with
fine.
Yetzirah.
There is a Shiva in the south. Azata, famous Shiva. There was Shiva there, Rabbi Sochel Meir Ayayish. Most of the people there were from South Africa, basically immigrants. And some, like regularly youth, used to always come and tease the Shiva. A guy on a motorcycle, this is the nephew. The nephew prays with me. The nephew is a very successful accountant. Said to me, I was there Friday night. Can you imagine an Israeli guy on a motorcycle Friday night? As
Taunting.
Bachurim, no, but back and forth.
No, really.
No.
We're making the
Yeah.
noise. The noise.
Harassing
He
them.
says my
harassing them.
uncle,
Oh,
the
please.
uncle was a very strong man. He stops the guy and says, don't do it. This is an issue, but he said, Rabbi, don't tell me what to do. He said, I'm telling you what the Torah is.
Oh.
That night, the kid was in a car accident. And his family ran to the house. He knocked on us, please run to the hospital. Says, no, the nephew says to me, this I'll never forget. Because says, my uncle picked him up with a bike. Don't do it here. Can I tell you what to do, but don't do it here. Don't do it. Hey, this is inside. Now you see a story like this, everyone that saw it takes Shmirat Shabbat a little better, but we have challenges. It happens. his uncle died without kids. The yeshiva was the second half of the Ramban that we're going to see tomorrow.
Is the brazenness, is that more the
The
trait of
brazenness
this
is-
generation
But it's a gift.
worse than others?
It's a gift. It's a gift. Because if you are convinced to do good, you take all that and you push it right away.
Right.
This is why you see kids are going from left to right. You understand?
Right,
It's a gift that Hashem gave us.
right.
Again, this is
If
part
you
of,
use it right.
part of our choices. Exactly where you directing all this. Tomorrow we're going to see the other Ramban. It's a very famous Machloket Rashi and Ramban. Ki mitzvah azot asher anuchi mitzvah. It's not a big moment. Ramban's in the house. Have a wonderful day. Welcome back. Darling, welcome back.
Thank you. Good to see you, Rabbi Prague. Good to see everybody.
I told the class before when I was learning with Max yesterday, what touched me the most. He says, I'm missing Yerushalayim. I mean, how many people can say the American boy lives in Israel? So go Yerushalayim. Amazing.
Hey,
Have a wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow.
hopefully I'll see you tonight.